Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 17th to the 23rd. This is for Taurus, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to your reading. To get more specific and detailed, I do this, Taurus, because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it's been used for thousands of years. It's had major influence on divination, including tarot. Every tarot card has an astrological element, a ruling planet, its ruling sign. I mean, we go really deep, all right? We get really deep when the two are combined. Now, this week is the big week. It is the big week, Taurus, and I hope you're really excited. You're having some major breakthroughs. I hope you know that. You're having some major breakthroughs, and I'm very excited for you. First things first, Wednesday, we have the new moon solar eclipse. This is huge, okay? This is, if you're into astrology, every astrologer has a different opinion of what this eclipse is. Here's what it is, okay? It's a good eclipse. Compare it to the eclipses that we had in your sign, all right? Where there were a lot of squares, there was a lot of things that were happening that were not great. Now, fortunately, this eclipse is not in your sign, okay? And so that's already the first great thing, okay? That's already the first great thing. Now, the second big thing is that this eclipse is in Aries, all right? And so we just came out of a new moon in Aries. We just came out of the sun conjuncting Jupiter in Aries. And now we have this new moon solar eclipse in Aries. So that is a lot of activity in your 12th house. So you will be having moments of unrooting things that no longer serve you well. The 12th house rules the subconscious. It rules, hidden enemies. It rules fears and dreams and whatnot, the past, okay? Which is also going to be a big thing for you, right? So first things first, use this eclipse to really just think of it as like a reboot, like a refresh. Pluto is going to be squaring, so hey, there could be like a little bit of a power struggle with someone, but all the other major aspects that are happening, the fact that like Mars and Saturn are bringing stability and they're harmonious, and Uranus, which is in your sign right now, okay? Hey, it could be some fun surprises that you hear or that happen for you this day or around this day, okay? Remember, eclipses, their powers and energies they last, all right? They last a long time. And so use this to your advantage to empower yourself. Now, the next day, sun goes into Taurus. Happy birthday, all right? Happy birthday. We're moving into your birthday season. And then the day after that, Mercury's going retrograde. As we know, Mercury's in your sign, and it's going to be in your sign until June. Now, what does this mean? There is a lot of you already rethinking, all right? A lot of y'all thinking about your future, thinking about the things that you no longer need, thinking about building this structure and, stability in terms of like long-term commitments, right? And your passions. I really love this for you, all right? Communicating the things that you need, finding the power to do that, all right? Finding the drive to do that. Now, Mercury going retrograde is going retrograde in your sign, all right? So now, what does that mean? Hey, we all know the standard stuff. Don't buy electronics, and there could be some mess ups in communication. There could be some things that you say that you didn't mean to say. There could be a little Mercury rules communication, right? So use this time to just reevaluate things, all right? It's a good time to go back to things that you haven't settled yet and settle them, right? It's also a good time, like people from your past could come up around this time too. This is going to be really strong, all right? Whether in career, whether family, whether, even your friends group, all right? So Taurus, this is a very big week for you. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a game-changing week for you. All right, Taurus? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for April 17th to the 23rd. Again, this is for Taurus, Sun, and Rising. The other thing I was going to say is, that Venus is in Gemini, which I really love. So just be like... Oh my goodness, be social. It's a fun aspect, and Venus is your ruling planet, okay? Now, Venus in Gemini is actually in your second house, all right? Money, all right? And if money's not even an issue for you, isn't it the week of taxes, or was that last week? I should know this. I trust me, I've done them, but I should know. But If not money, self-value, self-worth. Again, that's tying in with everything that's happening astrologically, you empowering yourself. All right, so let's get started. Woo, yeah. There you go. Everything I just said right here. Everything I just said is right here. Taurus, this is insane. One other thing you'll notice, there's a lot of sunlight today. I always take that as a sign, especially during a reading for a solar eclipse. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Guess what is up in the sky? That's an eclipse. All right. That's an eclipse that's happening. Listen, Taurus, this eclipse is going to be really, really powerful for you. All right. Remember what I said earlier. You may be in a place where you're leaving things behind with all this activity in your 12th house, unrooting things that are no longer serving you well. Boom. There you go. Okay. You can see him walking away from the cups. You see the water, it's, the rocks in the water. It's not easy, okay? It's almost bittersweet, okay? But his cape is red, his shoes are red. That's a lot of power. It's a lot of passion, okay? You've got to move forward. You've got to move forward. And it looks like you have, all right? Good for you, Taurus. Some of y'all have moved forward from things that have been holding you back or things that just have not been serving you well, all right? Whether, again, this, and how does that relate to you? Is it things in your physical world? Is it a relationship? Is it a job? Or is it like spiritually? Is it, emotionally? Think about what resonates, but be very proud of yourself because look where that brings you. Queen of Wands, okay, in the heart of your spread. So, we all know this is the charismatic, the very regal, come on. She is, her back is straight, like, her shoulders back. Like, this is someone who is, she can get whatever she wants, all right? She's the Queen of Wands, all right? I always say, think of Nicole Kidman, Rihanna, Charlize Theron, whoever, walking into a room, right? Walking into a room, they get whatever they want, all right? That's the Queen of Wands. Power to attract, but she has so much passion. She has so much passion, all right? You do see the lions over her, but also one thing I'm going to point out, you do see the sunflower in her hand. That sunflower has the full powers of the sun, all right? So this week, you're going to be, you're literally going to get things that you've been wanting. You're going to be attracting them now. So please continue to manifest them. Please continue to, keep your energy levels high. You're in a really good place. You did get the Knight of Wands, okay? You got the Knight of Wands in your challenge area. So I do not want you to slow down. I do not want you to feel uninspired. I do not want you to doubt yourself. This is someone who is the opposite of all of that, all right? And this is very transformative. It's very transformative energy here, especially because it's double fire. Knights are fire, wands are fire. Boom, boom, boom. Look at what's coming out of his helmet. Now, again, wands are passions, our creativity, ideas, but also work related, right? Work related. Same thing as the Queen of Wands, all right? If you are here for career, mwah, chef's kiss, okay? There you go. Did I really just do a chef's kiss? I guess I did. The Queen of Wands is like very entrepreneurial, right? Some of y'all will be sitting in that throne very soon if you haven't already. Just don't lose that inspiration. Don't lose that passion. Just keep going. And then with Mercury going retrograde, probably not a good time to travel. If you are going to be traveling, there's a lot of travel energy with the Knight of Wands. And it came in your challenge area, okay? So probably not a good time to travel until the retrograde's over in like 3 weeks. If you do travel, it's fine. I'm not saying anything bad's gonna happen, but there may be like, let me just give you personal examples. Every time I've traveled during Mercury retrograde, my flight was delayed for like 2 hours, or the car that I hired to pick me up didn't show up. Little things like that, all right? So it just might be like a little bit annoying, or you may find out that you have to actually move your trip. Listen, you got the Ten of Swords in your crown. I love this for you, all right? This is, I'm getting this energy of like nirvanic energy, okay? Because it's saying that up here, you've been going through a lot, all right? I'm not surprised. Remember all that activity in your 12th house, but listen, boom, 10 is the end of the suit, okay? Now, the other thing, this is the card of New Dawn. So even though it does look like a grim card, it's saying you've gone through it, all right? A lot of stress, maybe even burden, maybe even burnout. You've been going through a lot going in your head. I'm not surprised. This is a big week, okay? But what this card is saying is that it's all coming to an end, okay? those dark clouds are actually clearing to let the sun come through. What's really interesting is this came in your crown. And so just continue to stay on the positive side and just really continue manifesting. And remember what I said. I don't know if I said this. This eclipse is more like a reboot. It's like a refresh energy. It's a good time to like initiate new things. It's a good time to just, and also just see what happens. Like there's a lot of activity happening, especially with Uranus in your sign. All right. Something surprising could happen. But one thing I'm going to point out, you can see his hand gesture. This poor man here, it's in the sign of the Hierophant. That's the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus. So everything that you've been going through this week that's in your headspace, the things that you just want to get out of it, right? You just want to get out of it and continue forward. Learn from it, okay? If there's been any stress, if the again, burnout, anything, like even like if you've been betrayed by someone, if there was someone that you saw things that were unfavorable, use it to empower yourself. Use it to say, okay, this is how I'm never gonna let this happen again, all right? Because this is rebirth energy with the Hierophant, again, ruled by you, right? And he has that deep sacred knowledge. So this is really great, all right? Now, you did get the 5 of Cups in the root of your spread. So listen, there is something this week that you may be disappointed with. I just want you to know something disappointing could happen. The biggest thing is this change. There's big change happening for you, all right? Because you did get the 3 of Swords in your future as well, all right? Don't want you to think this is a bad thing, all right? Because 3 of Swords, listen, it is a heartbreak card, and it is the whatchamacallit, the heartbreak card, but and a little bit of loss and grief, but look at this. Clarified, you got the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. So what does this all mean? Let's start with the 5 of Cups and the root of your spread. There's going to be some sort of loss, a sense of loss or disappointment moving forward this week, but it's part of this new change. It's hard to let go of some things, and it could be hard, and it can be emotional, all right? It can be very emotional, and that'll bring some of this, okay? But once that happens, boom, you have the 3 of Pentacles, all right? So it looks like you're going to have to go through this experience with the 10 of Swords in your crown to move forward, to become this new you, to work with other people. This card is all about teamwork making the dream work. But listen, you can see the stonemason here. He can't build a cathedral without the architects and vice versa. So bringing people into your life. And this is really big for you, especially with Saturn moving into Pisces, okay? You're going to feel a lot of that. You're going to see a restructuring of your social network, of even your work network for some of y'all, your colleagues. There could be a power shift, or there could be some sort of shift of you having this knowledge of like, these are the people that I need to work with, or this is what I want to do, who I want to work with. But either way, know that it leads to success, okay? The other thing is a message coming through. If there's been things you've been working on that you've kind of neglected for a while, come on. Let's get back to it. All right. If there's been a project, a passion project, this is a great time. Remember, Mercury in retrograde. It's a good time to go back. If you're going back to the past, to just reassess things, to reevaluate things, rethink things, but also bring things back into your life. Now, listen. Building a cathedral, you can do it brick by brick. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Now, 7 of Cups. It looks like you are going to have options and opportunities coming through. I'm getting a message. You already know this. Some of y'all know that there's maybe some opportunities or whatnot coming through. But all I have to say is that with this coming up in your future, especially with Mercury retrograde in your sign, be very careful about what you want. Be very careful about what you're wishing for, okay? What is that saying? Be careful what you wish for, all right? Especially because you can see here, I do call this the card of illusion and delusion, because even though he is being gifted, all these cups, they're all very different, okay? They're all very different, so you have to know what you want. Now, here's the other thing with Mercury going retrograde in your sign. Hey, it's never the best time to sign contracts, okay? So if you have to during this time, if you're starting a new job, if you're getting married, anything with contracts or any kind of like agreement or whatnot, read the fine print, okay? Read the fine print. Remember, illusion and delusion. So read the fine print for anything that is coming through, especially if it's working with other people, all right? But, this is... it could be a very emotional week for you, and it could be because you are moving into this new place and leaving things behind. It could be really hard for you. All right, you see that you have the Ten of Swords in your crown, you have the Five of Cups in the root of your spread. All right, so it's time to look forward. Okay, time to look forward. And if there is something that happens this week that is really like right, again, use that to empower you. Use that to empower you. Now I'm going to tell you one thing here, Taurus, with all this activity in your 12th house. Let me tell you something that happened. Okay, for me personally, when I had a lot of activity in my 12th house, remember, it's your subconscious, hidden enemies, it's your own fears, it's self-sabotage. I had that time to think about this one relationship. I had someone with my family that really affected me for decades, okay? And it didn't sit well. During this time, when I had all this activity in my 12th house, I had time to really, really go to those hard places, okay, in your head, to really go, even in your heart, really go there. Sometimes you have to get really uncomfortable to get comfortable. And what I did, I was able to forgive that person, okay? I was able to forgive that person, and I was able to come to peace with it. This is what that is, okay? This is what that is. For a lot of y'all, that's going to resonate, but just remember, at the heart of your spread, you have the Queen of Wands. You're going to be fine. You're going to be so fine, all right? It looks like you're going to be getting the things you want. Now, Taurus, let's get to your stuff. Taurus, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from you. You're amazing. Taurus, do you like my haircut? Listen, come on. You know, you can be honest with me. Secondly, if you're a subscriber, hey, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so I am very grateful. I am very appreciative. So let's get to your stuff. Okay, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Listen, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not going to tell you which ones, but pretty much a lot of the readings I did this week got some... There's 3 cards here that have come up in everybody's reading. So, interestingly, the Five of Wands. All right. So, it looks like there is going to be some sort of competition at play. It's mostly egos here. Okay. Mostly egos here. Now, one thing that I want you to know, especially with you having the Three of Pentacles, okay, in your future, all right, coming right after the Three of Swords. Did I say this earlier, by the way? You got 3 and 3, okay? And so when I say this is meant to happen, all right, 3 is all about growth. It's all about development. It's all about, advancement, right? But it's also creation. So again, this is meant to happen, okay? It's meant to happen for you to feel we were built as human beings, not robots, for a reason. Okay, we have a range of feelings, and we have to feel some of the uncomfortable ones, again, to grow from them, to learn from them, to become better versions of ourselves. Now, with the Five of Wands, all right, there's some competition at play. A lot of it's just ego. It's not a big, this is a conflict card. It's the mildest, all right? Child's play. It's kids swinging their wands in the air, all right? So you have to ask yourself, if there's some sort of conflict going on, especially up here, is it worth your time? Probably not, okay? Again, this is egos at play. If it's in your physical world, if it's with colleagues, if it's, remember from the way beginning I said there may be some sort of power struggle with someone with, like, authority. Just play your cards right. And listen, it's more about... competition, if we trace the word back to its etymological root, okay, back to Latin, competere, it actually meant to come together, okay? So this is, you have an opportunity, instead of like being combative, to actually talking with people and this person, or whatever situation you're in. Remember, Mercury is in your sign. You have all that power, Mercury, the planet of communication. Now you have the Two of Wands in your external factors area. It looks like you've been planning something, all right, and you see the world in his hand. This is really great, okay? This is all about planning something, because you have a really good vision, you have a really good view, just like this man who's at the highest point in the castle, right? Really good perspective. perspective, world in his hands, all right? The two, and this is very Aries, by the way. Remember, this eclipse is in Aries. We have so much activity that was happening in Aries, all right? So this is really great because it looks like you're planning something, and I'm getting the message that it's gonna like, I mean, you're just gonna get what you want. I would wait until your birthday season kicks in, but listen, especially because you did get the Queen of Wands, but hey, there you go. Not a cuss. A lot of y'all, it's this relationship, okay? A lot of y'all, Tauruses, it's a relationship, but, you know, if it's not, if it's something that, or when I say relationship, it's a new relationship, right? Or it's a relationship that you just started, or a relationship that you want, or a relationship that if you're in, that you've been in for like 20 years, maybe just feeling that love again, right? Feeling that love again and taking it to the next level. But if you're not here for relationships, hey, this night, hey, all he wants to do is fill his cup. Cups are emotions, love, it's even wonderment, right? And so you do see the wings of imagination on his helmet and his shoes, but also I'm going to point something out. You do see the fish on his armor. A lot of creativity and imagination with this card, but it's like you have to do something with it. You can't just like wish for all these things. You actually have to like take action because he's a knight, right? Knights take action. So that's it's really putting that fire into your like emotions, right? That emotional drive, okay? Consider it like a life force and, you know, write it, okay? Now this is really great, that coming up in your stuff, because it looks like you do just want to pursue your passions, whatever is it, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's spiritually, what resonates with you. Now, you did get the Seven of Swords in your final outcome. You're really going to have to face some truths at this point. It might be a hard week with Pluto, but yeah, there you go. You're going to have to face some truth. And when I say face some truth, some of y'all, it's going to resonate within you with all that activity in your 12th house, okay? Some things, like I said, going to those places that are really hard to go to unroot things, because you'll feel so much better doing that. Now, it could also be people in your physical environment, all right? Especially with the Five of Wands coming up as the first card in your staff, all right? So there could be some people or a person that you find out this week may be a little mischievous, maybe doing something underhanded, something, maybe lying to you about something, cheating is a thing, even stealing from you, even, you know, money-wise too. Maybe, you know, I always say, like, just think maybe it could be your landlord who, you know, attached some weird fee in your lease or something. Anyway, he's stealing the swords in broad daylight, all right? He can be caught, all right? So recognize that, whether it's you facing your truth for yourself or within your reality, but then boom, you got the Wheel of Fortune. This is amazing. This is this is such a game-changing card. This is ruled by Jupiter, and so this card is all about luck, prosperity. It's like hitting jackpot. All right, you know, like in a regular playing cards, there's the Joker or what, or the wild card. This is basically like you hitting jackpot. You see the four corners of the of the universe. They have the four fixed suns. You're here, Taurus. Okay, you're here, and this is bringing that stability. But 10, right? 10 equals 1. This is you're moving into a new phase in your life with all the luck in the world, all the luck in the world. This is huge. This is game changing. All right. You're beginning a brand new journey. It's clear as day here. Now, you also got the Two of Swords. So remember, face that truth. If you need to just remove yourself a little bit, do it, okay? Again, you see all that water here? It may be emotional, okay? But it's also a decision. You may have to make a decision about leaving something, moving forward with something, a situation that you're with, or someone that you have to confront. You have to, you know, what resonates with you. But always trust your intuition. You even see the sliver of the moon here. But listen, this is all about you taking off that blindfold, all right? Taking off that blindfold. You don't need it, all right? After you make that decision, once you have trust yourself, you're still going to have so much luck. All right. You did get the Wheel of Fortune, Taurus. This is a big week for you. All right. This is a very big week. Eclipses are emotional. All right. And so the cards that have come up, like the ones that, like the Three of Swords and, the Five of, or no, I'm sorry, the Five of Cups, this is consistent in a lot of the readings. But I want you to know that this is an emotional week, all right? There's a lot happening, especially for you, Taurus, especially for you. That eclipse, by the way, that's in Aries, it's at 29 degrees. And, you may hear astrologers say that, like, that's a critical degree or whatnot, but it's basically tipping into your sign. When I say you're on this new journey, this new path, this new direction, this new life, it's all here, okay? It's all here. You got the Wheel of Fortune in your final outcome. You have nothing to worry about. That's luck. That's the gods above looking down at you saying, we're going to give that Taurus huge boost of luck, okay? Because a lot of karmic energy involved with that card as well. So it's like cashing in your karma points, and now it's going to bring you to this place where you have to make a decision, all right? But I feel like it's going to be easy for you because, once you face your truth and you have all this luck, okay, with this decision that you have to make, you're good. You're good, okay? Again, maybe an emotional moments of, emotion this week, but it is eclipse week. But it's natural. All right. So, Taurus, I love you so much. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next week. Bye bye.